So in today's show, we're going to talk about not taking everything so personally. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Ballman. And if you are coming through and watching, please do let me know. It's important to communicate and let us know if you can resonate with what we're talking about in the comments below, kind of keeping the community engaged. How are we doing? Midway through the week, it's been like full on already. Getting the clothing ready for December and pre-orders, which will be exciting. The clothing is looking sweet and the journals are looking ready to go out as well. So, taking things personally. I'm going to give you a situation. When I was in my first 2 weeks of Royal Marine training, you get put into this great big huge room. We all live in this same room. It's like 60, 70 beds. To visualise it, if you've ever watched Full Metal Jacket and in the training part of the film, you know, when you see a huge room with all the beds and the lockers, that's kind of like how it used to be. And at the end of week 2, we have to do this inspection of all of us, 3 ranks. We have to make sure that we look immaculate. I almost shaved my skin off, making sure there was no hair on there. And this colour sergeant comes straight up to me. He turned around and went, "Fucking hell, you are rats." Now, rats in military terms is ugly, and it's something that we end up saying to each other all the time. It's like military humour or banter. And at the time, I took it really personally. I was saying to my missus, "Am I ugly?" But I didn't understand the culture at the time. And there have been many occasions since of where we can take things quite personally. And I think a lot of it depends on what mood or state of mind that we're in at the particular time. But how can you build up resilience to be able to handle it a lot better? Now, there are lots of circumstances where things are said, things that happen, things are written, where it's either said or written out of context or never meant as something that is meant to be offensive to you. Which is why sometimes we can be quite surprised when somebody takes something quite personal. But you never really know what mood they're in. You never really know what's happened or what's going on around them. So you have to bear those things in mind and people's state of mind. But in terms of you learning to not take things so personally, for me, I think it really comes down to your own self-confidence, self-worth, and self-image, and having the confidence in yourself that if someone is saying something to you or critiquing you or trying to coach you or trying to tell you some straight truths or something like that, and you're taking it offensively, I think that means that we end up questioning our own character. I think when you know your own character and you know your own self, you tend to get less offended by what other people are saying. So another current example would be the Facebook ads that we put out for the 5-day challenge. You get a whole variety of paradigms on these comments, lots of different views and thoughts on it, and I don't take any of them personally anymore. I used to take them super personally, but it's just that way that guy, it's just the way that particular guy, his state of mind is right there and then. Some people see it as constructive, some people see it as negative, some people can't face the truth, some people need the truth. And I think there's always going to be a confliction of thoughts and understandings and state of minds that people are going to be in. So if someone said something to you or you read something, the first thing that I normally do is just try and put that thing into perspective. So if someone says to you and you're very easily offended, it's kind of like, would they really mean that offensively? Are they really intentionally trying to piss me off? Are they really trying to upset me? And I think that when you answer that question, it's like, well, most likely probably not. They're probably just completely taking things out of context, and you have gone into the overthinking process. You've over-processed everything. Come here. You've then gone into the over-processing of everything, and you've overthinking of everything, and then you end up making stuff up in your head. And when you start doing that, you then start spiraling, get out of conditioning, and you start thinking to yourself, God, is this guy trying to piss me off? Then you start overthinking it, and then you start questioning your own character and your own judgment, and then you're like, that motherfucker, I'm going to choke you out. And then you start having that conversation with yourself, and then you've fucking gone down alleys and roads that you didn't even expect to go down because you've overthought the whole process. I think whenever anyone says anything to you, kind of look at it. I always look at things when people say to me, and I have like 2 bins. The first bin is not really relevant. Number 2, great, I'm going to take something from that, learn and implement that. That's the valid point. So 2 bins. 1, it's not relevant. 2, I take the critique. I take the golden nugget that you've given me. That's valid. Great. But I'm not going to take it personally, because I'm not going to let that affect my fucking life. I'm not going to go down the fucking rabbit hole of overthinking everything that somebody says to me. And I think that just allows you to become more emotionally stronger, mentally stronger, to kind of keep things in balance and in perspective when people are saying things to you, right? Because there's nothing worse than taking something personally, it then consuming you, eating you up mentally, physically, emotionally, and then carrying it around with you for the next couple of days. I mean, come on, life's too short, guys. Life's too fucking short to be overthinking everything and taking everything so personally. Know yourself, know your character, and then there is no question what anyone else says. You have the self-confidence in yourself about your own beliefs, your own character, and who you are. Alright, guys? Hope that helps. Hope you're having a great week. If you haven't signed up for the 28-day program yet, you are missing out. We are doing a live call on Thursday night. If you want to be part of that, come and get involved. Taking us right up to Christmas week. It's going to fucking set you up for the new year, I promise you. Absolutely. It's going to be a belting course. Have a good day. See you soon.